that. Put the
Oh.
And you finish, that's it.
Are the cups.
That's it.
So this is Lucy looking at the cups. So I want to see the back of Lucy's head.
So we've got
I
our
want
two
to see
tight.
the shoulder.
And then I think it's you then, Richard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we can even use the bit of your growling and mix it in with. It might be better to record them separately and mix them together.
All right. What, he's howling?
His howl, yeah. So it's more of a fox. If you can imagine what the noise a fox would make when it was having a fight,
And then tiny in the back.
maybe like bark. Something like that. It's got to be different from your one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can think of the noise a fox might do when fighting.
Yeah. Fighting. Chris, have you got an idea
The back of her head.
for a fox when he's fighting?
Yes.
I like that bit, yeah.
That's a good one.
I like that one.
I'm Chris Oakley. I'm currently working with OFVM as lead artist on the Flash Frame project. Flash Frame project is quite a pioneering project, and we're working with artists with learning disabilities in Oxfordshire over a 2-year period, and the programme offers professional development. So over that time we're going to do lots of training in working with digital media, including video, and lots of the new opportunities for exhibiting video. Over the 2-year period everyone will build a portfolio. We're going to offer some, later on in the programme we're going to be offered some tailored training to suit people's individual needs and where they want to go, both artistically and professionally. And it's very exciting. I'm very, very pleased to be doing it.
Yeah, that's good.
I got started in OFVM about 25 years ago. I was I had a sort of science background, and I was very interested in making a documentary on about pollution and the effect on the countryside. And I didn't know anything about filmmaking, and I had a friend who worked at OFVM, and I asked him if he could help me, and that's how I started. And from then on I became what's called a freelance filmmaker. I worked on various films. I've probably made about 80 or 90 films, some of them for TV and many for organisations. And then about 6 years ago I started working for OFVM myself, and my main role here is to organise all the training for all the different courses. In fact, Richard, you might be better off using your other hand.
Okay, and action.
Oh, God.
And then get your hand ready to click on here.
We've lost the
That's not right, is it?
Yeah.
action. I'm an artist who works mainly with film, video and digital media, which I've been doing for approximately 15 years now. Of late, I suppose it was in 2007, I started working with OFVM on video art projects, mainly actually with learning disability groups, which has become quite a large sort of area of my practice in addition to making my own work. In my own practice I'm making film and video which is exhibited in gallery spaces, at film festivals, at quite a large and very diverse number of sort of venues. So that actually working with OFVM on these kind of projects is actually relatively new for me, but it's quite nice to be able to bring the experience I've got and be able to share it with new groups of people.
Cut.
I think we need to, oh sorry, we need to rewind it a little bit.
So this is another variation on the door. So we won't use that last one, I don't think we'll, because we didn't get the shopping mall.
You're going to need to be a little bit quicker, so first of all you need to rewind. So I'll show you how to click on there, click and hold, and then drag it one, like that, and then the last thing you do is you click OK there. So if you click on the OK,
I think that was good.
okay, you'll see it appear over on the side. Click the button.
Alright, Glenn.
Sorry?
Alright.
Yeah?
Yeah, the light is done. We'll do the light next.
What else have we got now?
Okay, so we've logged two variations.
Yeah, okay. So we've got this shot, we'll next one. When it goes to just blue here, an empty shot, with nobody in it.
Oh, that's fast. And click, usually you want to get your finger on that button, that's it. If you can click, I'll see this funny little thing here. That's right, that's right, this one up here. Not that one, that one. Click that one. Video in. Then I'm going to show you some of the basics of some of the other techniques we can use. You know, we used Photoshop and a piece of software called GIMP. The last workshop, the big one over at Fusion. On the photography, after we brought the photographs onto the computer. Before. Okay, so that's great. We're going to drag that in. Now we're going to bring in our that you've asked it to do and puts it together as one final output film. This is going very, very quickly, but some of the rendering that I do, and that film of mine I watched the other day, some of it took more than 3 days to do this bit. So that can be very easy. I didn't. That's right. Okay. So we need to blast a load of stuff onto the mark. Who's going to help me with that?
So my name's Gary Shenton. I work here at Oxford Film and Video Makers, Film Oxford, and I've been involved with this organisation for about 20 years now. I started as a volunteer making experimental film. Then I moved away for a while, and when I came back in 2002 I started working here again as production development manager.
Yeah, or a train.
Oh.
Okay, could you get 80s through
Well, as I said, I'm production development manager at OFVM Film Oxford. It covers a number of things. It includes supporting production, that is offering production awards and enabling people to get films made by offering them equipment, production support and my skills, knowledge and expertise. I also organise screenings either in the cinema or in the theatre, Pegasus Theatre. I put together network events here at OFVM, they're called Real One, and we also do some industry network events in town. I also put together some of the funding applications, and I'm part of a team including Garen and Richard, and we're the executive here who run the day-to-day operations. We're overseen by a group called a group of trustees, and they have the final say. So we're not the bosses, we're just the workers.
Yeah, Danny.
We might be. I'd have to check with Chris, because I know we're doing something about going through a door on a line.
While I'm doing the tiger and the bottom, do you want to do the drawing as a background?
He's filming us. Yeah, Natasha, get the most expensive one.
I want you to think, this cup here, Lucy, have a look. See this cup here? He's looking at Lucy. Right? He's looking at Lucy. So I want the picture of Lucy. Again, she's far away. She's over by the light switch, okay? So imagine you're doing a picture like this one. Lucy is far, far away.
I've been working and associated with Film Oxford for about 5 or 6 years. And they, first of all, involved me in helping to organise a film festival. And subsequently, I've also been working with Film Oxford to put in place some funding to make some films. And more recently, of course, I've been involved in Flash Frame. So there's quite a few different projects that I'm involved with here at the workshop.
Oh, I like that. The handle's coming towards you. Yeah. It's very good. The perspective is wonderful. Very clever. Those faces, please. And they're sad. They're not happy. Okay, these are not happy because it's dark. It's a very dark room. What's the opposite to smiling then?
Smiling.
Crying. They're crying. They're unhappy.
Unhappy or
they're in the dark.
upset them.
They're very upset. That's
agree,
it, Danny.
yeah.
Yes, that's lovely.